We're live. We're back again for another Tuesday night chat. Let us know if you can hear us and see us. We do have the mic on this time, so that is a good start. We'll say g'day to everyone before we get cracking into tonight's subject, which is taking responsibility for your eBay business, which is, I think, a pretty important subject, but we'll get into that shortly. So we had Megan drop in first. Good to see you. Actually, Murray was here and early. Good to see you, Murray. Thanks for being here. Megan is in the house. Rob is still at work, but tuning in. Man. Good to see Danny. I had a great chat the other night. It was awesome to see you on Frank's channel. Sujo Cat, thanks for being here. Good to see you. We have Mum's in the house. Mum's here. Diver Flipper also at work, but tuning in. So thanks, guys, for tuning in on your work. Don't get in too much trouble. Evening, fellow eBay slaves from Drew. Good to see you, Drew. Thanks for being here. Books and Stuff 2020 in the house. Your mom's here, ready to go. I noticed you have your little Melville's earrings in tonight as well.
Yeah, I just got dressed for the day just to come live. Popped my earrings in.
Cara, Thrifty Pixies in the house. Good to see you. Ahoy there, Buccaneers from Captain Opshop Nerd. Good to see you. Toby.
Washbuckling on a Tuesday.
Michael, good to see you, Michael. Hope everything's going well for you. I did that thing where everyone jumps.
You got
Sam is here. Good to see you, Sam. Crushing it over there. Oz Riley, Krista, good to see you. Jacob is here for the first time. Welcome, Jacob 1. Cara did pick up on the ladybug earrings. So well done, Cara. That's some brownie points for you.
Got to turn it on a Tuesday.
First time live. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Look, Mom Hustling is in the house. Cherie is here. Flipping Sydney. Robbie Gers over on Facebook, Corin's husband. Thanks for joining us.
They're our Facebook fam.
Up to Thrift, Tamara Mills, and Adam as an American in Australia. Aloha. I'm cooking dinner and watching you guys. That's awesome. What are you having for dinner? I'm keen to hear. We had a nice little pasta, so that was good. So tonight's subject, taking responsibility for your eBay business. So we all make mistakes in our eBay business. We all like to make excuses for our eBay business. But tonight's about getting down to the nitty-gritty. And for some of us, it's going to be hard to hear. I know that we've done things in the past that we need to take responsibility for.
The very recent past.
So we actually have a story to lead into this one. So this actually happened literally like 20 minutes before we came live.
Yeah.
So it's a good little segue into tonight's topic. So I'll let Jazz give you the rundown on this one.
Okay, here's what I did, guys. Sold Donkey Kong Land Game Boy as complete because it had about 10 pieces of paper and manuals and inserts in there. Turns out it actually did not have the Donkey Kong Land instruction booklet, and the customer is a bit upset.
So the so it had the Game Boy instructions in it, which is why Jasmin got confused. But
like how to just generally use any Game Boy ever, not this particular one.
But unfortunately, we listed it as complete, but obviously without the manual, it is not technically complete.
Bummer.
So we are taking responsibility for that action, and we are trying to get the buyer a new manual. So we're actually contacting a few people on eBay that have them up to try and send them to the buyer directly so they don't have to wait for the extra shipping time.
Shockingly, I did not have a spare in our whole banana box full of manuals. I'm so pissed.
We were hoping that we had a spare, but we don't.
Come on.
Otherwise, if people aren't willing to sort of ship to him directly, what we'll do is we will refund the buyer the amount of the manual, which is about $8 to $10.
Yeah.
And then they can buy the item direct from the seller. And providing that option for this person has sort of got them back on side. So they're like, oh, thanks for helping me out. Just let me know what's going to happen because we said that we'll check if we have any manuals.
Just got to provide a solution.
Yeah, so we're providing a solution for them. We're taking responsibility for our actions.
Tell them to print out a copy.
And our mistake.
Going to tell them to just press buttons until it does something.
Yeah, they want the original stuff, and I don't.
Yeah,
as a collector, I completely understand. So it was a boxed Donkey Kong Land, was it? Donkey Kong Land? It was a boxed Donkey Kong Land with pretty much everything except for the manual.
Everything. It had the poster, it had the warranty.
Had the guarantee, had everything in there. So that was pretty unlucky. But at the same time, we're happy to rectify our mistake. So we're taking responsibility for our eBay business. We could have easily said, unlucky, we made a mistake, like too bad. But And then you're opening yourself up to counteraction. So you're opening yourself up to a return, an INAD, potential further issues, negative feedback.
I want the positive that says, yo, they stuffed up, but then they fixed it.
Hi, good to see you, Rob. Oh, bugger, good job chasing it up for them, though.
I think you've got to.
In the end, the buyer wants a good experience, and we are here to provide them within reason. Obviously, you've got to get good customer service.
That's it. People can come across like abrupt and abrasive, but it's just because that's not what they were expecting to get.
People need to not react like douchebags. I do agree in a certain sense, but I think that a lot of the time, if you can get on the front foot and provide a better service than the buyer's expecting, then you're more than likely to get positive feedback back and potentially a return buyer. So if you solve one issue for them, they might keep coming back and buy more stuff from your store.
They come back around quickly. It always surprises me.
We've got a $7.99 super chat from Jacob.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you. Hi, quick question. How do you tax write-off cash purchases you make as expenses like buying for garage sales? We have talked about this a few times. So
it's no perfect way.
No, there isn't a perfect way. The only way that we've been told that will work and our tax guy will tick off is if we take money out of our personal account, take it with us when we go to the op shop. When we get home, we write out a list of things that we bought as like a ledger, and then we transfer money from our business account to our personal account for the amount that we paid for the stock. So say we take out $100, we spend 70 of it, we would transfer $70 from our business account to our personal account with garage sale X day and keep a ledger of that in our records for tax time. So, and
if anyone ever finds out an even better way,
let us know.
Let everybody know, because that's the best we've got so far.
The only other way is to get them to write a receipt, which it's not going to happen very often in a garage sale unless you have somebody that's super willing to do that sort of stuff for you. But generally, if you can sort of at least show a date when you bought it and a bit of a ledger, that's pretty much the best way we've been told to do it. So that's what we run with. And usually, we haven't had any problems in 2 tax years. So, 3 now, 3 tax years. So that's what we roll with. And I know a few other people that do that as well. So that's probably our best advice on that one. Hello all, good to see you, Meredy. Sam is agreeing with Cara. I used to work in workers' comp. You could give them bad news if you gave it to them with care and compassion. Absolutely. It's called the shit sandwich, guys. I've always used this in my work and apply it to my eBay to start with a positive, negative goes in the middle, and then positive all in the end.
The good news is you received it. The bad news, I didn't put in the instruction booklet, but the good news, I'm going to find you one.
So there's lots of things in an eBay business that you need to take responsibility for. And I think a lot of the time we give ourselves excuses as eBay sellers because we're working for ourselves. We don't have someone sort of over our shoulder, like watching us 8 hours a day as we list and get stuff done. But when you're working for a company, if you take time off your business, you need to either take leave or somehow repay that time with time in lieu. So I sort of look at it the same way on eBay, but I look at it in terms of listings. So say we want to get 20 listings done a day, which is probably on the low end at the moment. We want to be aiming for about 25 to 30. But say we have a minimum of 20 listings a day, and today we only get to 15. So tomorrow we're missing 5 listings and we need to try and make them up. So essentially what we'll do is we'll try and list 25 listings the next day and potentially more to give ourselves a bit of room for the next day. So
got to be your own taskmaster.
You're kind of like giving yourself time in lieu in a way. So a bit of an analogy there. So I guess it's not always about listing, but if you have something in your business that you need to get done and for whatever reason it doesn't get done, you need to try and make that up somehow, because I think that's really important in an eBay business. It's really easy to go, I didn't do it yesterday, I didn't do it today, I didn't do it tomorrow. And then all of a sudden it's been 2 weeks and you haven't listed what you want to list it, or you haven't cleaned out the back room that you wanted to clean out, you haven't fixed that item that you wanted to fix. So
it's hard to get back in the groove as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Shirley's here.
A few people dropped in. Good to see you, Shirley. Zach's in the house as well. Thank you for being here.
Zach, they did the markets, I think it was today, and their car was like stuck to the roof.
That was hectic. Stuart, hi, I just recently found your channel.
Oh, cool.
eBay, enjoy reselling, which is been doing for a short while. That's
very
awesome.
Nice.
My wife says I spend too much time in the loo.
In loo.
There we go. I see what's going on there. So there's plenty of opportunities in our business for it to slip. So there's quality of listings, there's actual listings, how many we're listing, there's in your postage, there's in your sourcing if you're buying bad items just because you can't find anything else. So I think the key to this whole thing is turning excuses into expectations.
I like it.
So instead of making an excuse for yourself, set an expectation for yourself. So if you want to list 20 items a day and you don't get there, instead of saying, oh, I was busy, I couldn't get it done, make an expectation to make sure you do more the next day. And I really think there's been a few examples of this working with a lot of people lately. And you can look at the Worldwide Reselling boys. I know that Drew and Sarah, Look Mama Hustling, they've been putting a lot of work into their business and keeping it like consistent, and they've seen great results in their business. I think when we're chatting on Sunday, Drew said they're almost at their last month, halfway through the month in terms of total.
Oh,
so massive work they've been putting in, being consistent, staying on task, setting themselves goals.
As soon as you start seeing those results, it becomes a lot easier to kind of pick up your own slack, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Once you start seeing results, it's a lot easier to keep that momentum. So I think finding what works for you and having a focus is really important. So whether that's sort of scheduling how many listings you want to get done a day, working a time that's going to work for you as well, because obviously not everyone's in the position that we are where, you know, Jazzy's full time, we don't have kids, we don't have sort of any sort of things holding us back. But I work full time in a job, so I can't do anything when I'm in my work. So I have to do everything when I get home. If you have a family, obviously you're going to be more busier in the night with your family. So I know that Sam, for example, has been doing a lot of her eBay stuff in the middle of the day when the kids are out. So finding time that works for you, I think, is like the ultimate thing.
Pinnacle.
Yeah, because if you can't find that time, you're just going to find more and more excuses not to do things. So it's really easy to get stuck in that rut, and we've done it before. Not this year. This year we've been like super focused. But early on in our journey, when we didn't really have a goal, we didn't really have that sort of like light at the end of the tunnel, it was really easy just to go, oh, it's not important. You know, we'll just list an item here, an item there. And we didn't really understand the impact of it. But now we can like literally see if we make an error in not listing or doing something like that, it becomes harder. I'm listing right now because I haven't hit my listing numbers for the day yet. That's awesome.
Get it.
I am happy for you to be doing that. That is awesome. That actually makes the live stream better that you're doing that while in the background. So, and I think that's the important thing. Is it's great to see people in the chats and saying hello and stuff. But if you need to have us on the background while you work, that is amazing.
Please work.
Do it because at the end of the day, you're making yourself money. We can't make the money for you. You have to do that on your own accord. So.
100%.
Here's a good question. I'm a full-time teacher. I spend my Sundays photographing and then list my items each night when my kids go to bed. Long hours, but worth it. See, she knows when her time is. She knows when she can do it. She knows what is important to get the job done.
Flash is killing it. Toby says, find your groove, keep that consistency, but don't overcommit and burn out. So you do have to know yourself. I
think that goes back to understanding your routine as well. So if you know that on Wednesdays you can't list because you have X, Y, Z on.
If you're going live on Tuesday night.
Get stuff ready on Monday or get stuff ready on Tuesday for that next day. So put the effort in when you have the effort available or when you have the time available.
Yeah, ride the wave.
Rather than sort of wishy-washy and I'll do this here and do that there. It doesn't work. It might work for some people, but in our experience, it hasn't worked for us. It has
not worked for us.
So we've pretty much put in the same sort of hours almost every day now with listing and stuff. Saturdays and Sundays are a little bit different depending on what we're doing. But if we know that we're going to be out all Sunday filming like we did for that Depop video, we will make sure that Saturday we have stuff ready to go for Sunday so that our store remains consistent. We know our time frame, usually, unless it's something really out of the ordinary that comes up. So, for example, we have family coming in probably 2 to 3 weeks time now. So we're going to have to start putting like banking listings almost, so that for that time when they're here, we can spend quality time with them without sort of spending a whole day on eBay. Obviously, we're still going to have to package and stuff, but the listings you can kind of get ahead of. You can kind of like preempt what's going to happen. So
I'm just going to make them do the listings. Quality time.
There's a lot of discipline in this gig. I'm just now letting myself get out of the rhythm of it, while, as you noted, balancing it out with the kids coming first when I'm the only parent at home. Absolutely. So Sam's sort of saying, you know, she's identifying the time that's working for her. And that can't be as much as it was before, because currently she's a parent at home on her own. So that takes time out of a day. But she's identifying that, which I think is the biggest issue. If you're not identifying where you're struggling and not committing to a regime, then you're not taking responsibility for your business. And that might not be a big deal for part-timers or people that are doing it casually, but as you sort of build into it replacing some of your income, adding extra income, then it becomes more and more important, which I think is why we've been so laser focused over the last 6 months, because Jazzy has moved into full-time eBaying. We're paying her a wage out of the business. So now we need to make sure that all of our dealings on eBay are on point. We're scheduled, we know what we're doing. And we're making less and less mistakes apart from the ones we make, and then we take responsibility.
Manual. You caught me out this morning because I usually know what I'm listing the day ahead. And this morning you're like, what's your plan today? And I was like, list some things. And it was so hard to get started. I was like scrambling around.
So we've been doing a lot of the consoles lately. Like we just started listing a lot of them because we need that room back for when Jazzy's mum comes. So we've been smashing them out, and we've sold quite a few already, but there's some in there that Jazzy's not really familiar with how to test them properly and
familiar with
use them. So it's taking a little bit longer, but you still managed to get 20 listings done today before coming live, which isn't bad for a Tuesday, considering how busy the day is for us. I am doing the same, had a busy day, so cleaning and listing as we speak. That's awesome.
Good.
Must have your list. There we go. That's awesome. List as much while Archie's asleep. The other 80% of the time is spent wrangling the beast.
Fur babies.
So guys, that was my daughter picked up my phone. Hello.
We missed something,
it. Did I?
I wish we didn't miss it, but we missed it.
Man. I'll help. Just show me what to do. There we go. 22 listings done today.
Boom.
Plus doing some casual work, because I did the casual work. I'm inventorying and packing tonight. There we go.
I'll also be packing tonight after the live.
Samantha, I make sure to list at least a few items a day. It all adds up eventually, and I end up making more sales whenever I list a lot. There we go. Big day, Cara.
No rhythm.
I have no rhythm. I'm consistently knackered. I'll just put in anything I can for an hour one day, 3 another day. Quite a juggle.
You are juggling a lot.
It was a long day. Drew's playing video games at the moment. I think that is important as a full-time reseller to take time out as well, because obviously it's important to get listings done, but if you're smashing yourself all the time, you are going to burn out. So I think making sure you get what you need to do done, and then you can sort of, you can take a little bit of time for yourself.
In your relaxed time.
So that's something that we're sort of still juggling with the amount of stuff we have coming in and out, trying to find that downtime. Obviously, if I was full-time as well, that would definitely help the situation. But Jazzy's pretty much running, I'd say, 75 to 80% of business at the moment.
It's
on the eBay side. But it is paying a wage that we never had before. So, it's a balance. It's always hard. Lucky I'm full of energy. There you go. Hey there, what's going
First
on?
vintage.
Hey guys, been a while.
Good to see
Christian.
you.
Good to see you. Drew.
Oh man, I wish we saw what DBG's doing. Could you just ask her to do it again?
She might have got the knife out and cut some people off. That's all right. These things happen. Staying fit is super important for my own mental health. Yeah, absolutely. So finding those things outside of eBay to, I guess, kind of propel you in eBay, because if you're just burnt out the whole time, whether it be because you're busy or you have kids or you're working too hard, you need to find something to refuel that. So you need to find something that's going to drive you to do better.
Well, the other side of taking care of your business is taking care of yourself. And I think that we all it's easy to forget. I think when you think about working at home, you think you're going to have this leisure time and you're going to get fit and do all sorts of things, but you really still have to carve that out.
Yeah, definitely. You have to make time for it. For my early question, I try to pay with PayPal. There you go. When I can set up transaction of the sale. Do you think, yeah, that'll work? As long as you can sort of know where in your PayPal that is. So tracking that in some sense is important. So if you're using PayPal, at least you have a record of the transaction. That's a good start.
I'm laughing because of the button smashing.
Is Toby a spanner? I want to check if he is.
I think that Leanne might have like a little modern training doing some spannering. I love it.
You are a smurf now, Toby. Be
Captain.
gentle. Be gentle. So Jazzy wrote down a bit of a list of things that I think and you think we need to take responsibility for. And as eBay resellers, essentially you need to take responsibility for. Now, I did want to give it a little bit of example before we sort of go through the list. So a really good example of this right now, somebody in the community, I actually spoke to them before the live about this to see if they were happy for me to talk about it, is Brad from Driver Flipper. So Brad is finishing up his full-time job shortly because of their business is
wrapping up.
Yeah, wrapping up. And the change that I have personally seen in what Brad's doing in the last 6 weeks is insane. So he is going out of his way. He's in pretty much full lockdown because he's in Victoria, but he's going out of his way to create connections. So he has started sourcing bulk deals. He's reaching out to companies that are closing down. He's doing a lot of background work to get his business in the right place for when he goes full time.
Even letterbox drops.
Letterbox drops.
Taking responsibility. That's making it happen.
That is taking your eBay business very seriously and trying to level up really quickly. So I know Brad's probably been, I'd say he's probably been reselling for about a year now, something around there. Correct me if you're in Jutta, let me know.
I think he's still at work.
But he has been reselling for relatively a short amount of time, but he knows very specific markets very well. So he does very well in those, and he's willing to learn a lot of other markets. So he's putting in the effort. He's getting his office ready to go. He's getting his connections. He's starting to build his business almost from the ground up and putting pillars of support all the way through so that he knows when he goes full time that he's going to be able to support his family. He's got a young son who's just turned 2. So he's a very busy man. So I think here's a great example of someone that is taking responsibility for their eBay business and putting in the time to make it successful. So well done, Jutta. I think you're doing a great job. And I think a lot of us can sort of take what you're doing and implement it into our structure. So
it's exciting that he's doing all of that in lockdown. It's just wild.
He's there. You guys, I guess to Kain.
We're just talking about
June 2019. Yeah, so a year and 2 months. So yeah, it's been pretty incredible. Mel's dropped in. Good to see you, Mel. Thanks for being here. Everyone's saying hello. So I think that's a really good example of taking responsibility for your business. It'd be really easy to be down in the dumps about being made redundant from a job and COVID smashing around Victoria, making things very difficult. Instead, Jutta's taken the front foot approach where he's out there looking for connections, looking for ways to improve his business and trying to scale in a really short period of time. So I think that's what sort of drive you need as an eBay reseller. I think that's just a really good example of what it takes to be successful. So.
I agree. And we could also single out Thrifty Pixie at this point, but she wants to drop some of her tips in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. I know that Kara's sort of done similar things. She's been working on finding new ways of sourcing, contacting people, making contacts with new people to try and get stuff done. So, yeah, I think there's heaps of really good examples at the moment of people focusing in on what they need to do, which isn't always easy when the world is in such disarray, really. Let's be honest. There's places closed, sourcing opportunities are not as abundant as they were before in most cases.
But they are out there.
They are out there. So just finding them and being able to sort of capitalize on those opportunities is the most important thing. What's the cat doing?
Cat's being so weird right now. Stop it, Lucky, with that.
Drew's welcoming Flipper to the full-time crew. I like to take piss on YouTube, but I take my business very seriously. Absolutely. Mouth to feed pushes you past your barriers. Absolutely.
That is the truth. And it makes you look at all the different things that we've got written down here, like your operations, because you can't just let things slide, your cash flow, because you need to know what's going in and what's going out. Sourcing, you need to be making sure that you've got stock. So as soon as you actually are relying on that income, it's a good time to go back and look at all those points.
Yeah. And I won't go into too much detail, but something that sort of pushed me to diversify was a situation that happened with one of our specific suppliers and someone trying to close down that channel for us. Fortunately for us, it didn't work, but it just proved to me that you need to have multiple sources of stock, and you can't be reliant on just op shops and garage sales when you're trying to scale and become a bigger and better operation. So there's people out there that will sort of, try and do damage to your business for whatever reason.
Or just circumstances. Things go wrong. Always have backups.
So definitely have backups. Like a store might close, that's your honey hole. But do you have a backup when that happens? Or like when in Melbourne, all these op shops have closed because of COVID, what is your sourcing opportunities? You have to find new ways of doing things. So I am trying to sort out a huge lot. I have decided today to just list it all.
Just list it all.
Get it done. Are you married? No, we are not married. We are engaged. There is a ring on the finger somewhere.
There is jewelry.
Not married at this point in time. But it will happen in
One
future.
day.
There's a lot of stuff I'm doing behind the scenes that I can't share, but I'm trying new things.
Exactly, my dude.
Snakes out. Yeah, there is occasionally, but that's what happens when you put yourself out on YouTube. So you just have to find new ways of doing things. What else did you have? Cash flow. So having, I was waiting for you.
My brain
to say
doesn't want
something.
to. No.
Cash flow. So having backup for issues like we just saw on eBay with managed payments where they didn't pay out for a day. So I know there was a lot of people up in arms about that. We put out a quick video about it just to sort of say, we're experiencing the same sort of thing. But even if that had lasted a week, it wasn't going to destroy our business because we had cash reserves in place. We kind of expect these things to happen when eBay make changes because we've seen it. We've seen it happen before when they did item specifics. We've seen it before when there was photos that went missing. So having like a backup plan, having money in reserve is important. I know that's not always possible when you're like a full-time reseller trying to make ends meet. But if you're having a good period right now in COVID, maybe squirrel some of that away because I don't think that COVID's going to be around forever. I'm expecting,
which is
good. I'm expecting that after COVID, we'll have a drop off in our store. So I'm kind of preparing for that. I don't think we're going to maintain the same numbers that we're doing now. A, because we have really good stock right now, and B, there's not going to be as many people at home buying stuff. So
we would need to have a pretty amazing haul coming up to maintain that.
YouTube wedding.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know about that. That'd be pretty funny though. We might have to Skype a few people in.
Elope with no service weddings.
Judd's clothing haul. He also did the bulk one, which I have to watch. I haven't had a chance yet because I was at work today. But we'll get onto that.
It's a lot of people getting their hands into a lot of different things.
Scott will watch back tomorrow. That's fine.
Thanks,
Thank
Scott.
you very much. Yes, I'm so glad I saved a large sum before I went full time. Absolutely.
I've heard people say different things, have 3 months away, have 6 months away, but I think it really comes down to knowing your expenses. Yeah. And then also knowing your ongoing expenses of your postage, your fees.
That's a really good one to touch on, postage. Now with eBay managed payments, you sort of have to have your postage set aside before you get the money. So having backup ready to pay for your postage, you're going to get that money, but it's going to take a while to get to your account. So having a redundancy plan or a backup plan. So if eBay managed payments went down for a whole week and you didn't get money, what are you going to do? How are you going to manage that situation? How are you going to make sure that your business stays afloat during that time? So imagine a full week without money from eBay and having to pay postage. That's probably, for us, I think postage last week was like $890 or something like that.
All the things that we don't like to have to think about. But then it's I think we were very, very lucky to be paid on the day. all this time? Because I think that's quite rare. I think most of the accounts I've ever handled have been like 30 days.
Yeah, a lot of the other platforms like Amazon is way more delayed than that. Most businesses won't get paid for 30 days. So I don't really see a big difference between what eBay is doing and what PayPal is doing. You could pay a fee for PayPal to pay you out the same day, but most of the time it's going to take 2 days to get your account anyway. So it's just managing it differently and understanding that it's going to take a little bit more time. But it all ends up in the wash, right?
It gets there.
It does. 3
financial hand grenades in a week. So glad we saved up before I left work.
Wow. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that you can't really plan for. But if you can have cash aside to at least sort of, have that emergency fund and make sure that if something like that does happen, hopefully you don't get 3 in a row, because that would really test the boundaries. But, if you do have one, start replacing that money back into it. Don't just use it and then forget about it, because something else will happen. We wanted to install a hardwired camera on our house and wanted to upgrade our panel, and it would have cost us $2,000. We ended up just getting Arlo's instead, but
I'm laughing so I don't cry.
Yeah, and then we had to upgrade our water supply as well, which was another $2,000. So bills keep coming. You have to pay them. So you got to have a way of paying them if things go wrong.
70 people watching, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Hit band 4 this week. Boom.
Band 4 gang.
That's awesome.
I get pretty excited about us post.
I ended up a lot more than expected. Awesome.
Doesn't it always?
Does that mean I've made it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Confirmed.
Sucks, but hasn't caused much stress and just makes me determined to work harder.
Yeah, I love it.
I think that's one thing that I'm if someone challenges me to do something, I will go out of my way to make sure that I prove them wrong.
Tell them you can't.
If someone tells me I can't do something, I will do everything in my power to make sure that I do that thing. So the more people try and downplay what we are doing or what work we're doing, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep going harder and harder until you can't say that we're not doing what we're doing.
Brad cracks open an energy drink.
I know, right? Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your
evening. Got to get to band 5.
Band 5 next, Toby.
Yeah, there is a band 5.
Yeah, it's new.
Did a video on that, Tobes, if you want to check it out. Bit of cross promotion there.
Wow.
I've found with frequent PayPal payments to your account, it speeds up the process to less than 24 hours. Yeah, definitely. I'm not playing that game, Drew. Nice try. You can't expel a baby Brad.
Watch it.
Challenge accepted. Don't have a
YouTube wedding. Oh, what have we started?
Brad, you can't give me money. Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to win the challenge. So I probably am going to be giving you money at the end of the challenge, which we're halfway through at the moment. So
yeah,
Drew's killing it. We will jump into that at the end. I haven't brought it up, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of background sneakiness to bring it up live. But yeah, we will do a bit of an update at the end. 65 people still watching. We do want to know along the way as well, what do you think taking responsibility for your business means? What do you do to make sure that you do what you need to do to make your business successful?
Do what you need to do.
I like all these people trying to make me do things now. That's quality. Don't give me snacks. Well, Cara always gets snacks from us and vice versa. So
snacks are going to happen.
I need one more sale to get back my 4th spot. Nice.
Unless someone else simultaneously makes a sale. It could happen.
I reckon they should call the baby
Scrappy.
Scrappy.
What
else do we have on the list? Sourcing and bad buys. So we sort of touched on sourcing quite a bit just before, but making sure you have multiple channels, taking responsibility for finding new channels. And sometimes you have to take risks. Like we took a risk on the wholesale lot that we purchased. The jackets.
A lot of risks recently. Calculated
risks. On the jackets, the wholesale stuff, that was a risk because you don't know what you're going to get, but it was a calculated risk because I kind of knew the stuff that was potentially going to be in there. Depop is a risk because it's a smaller platform. We haven't got a lot of traction on there yet, but that's going to be a long game for us. So we don't expect big things from Depop. We're not going to put a big amount of time into it, but we sort of did want to kick it off with a sort of bit of a structured video, which was a little bit different. and a specific range to try and get some traction there because it's a new site for us and we haven't put a lot of time into it. So that's another risk. But yeah, sort of knowing how you're going to source, and if you are making bad buys,
I think the only way you can
learning
take
from it.
responsibility, bad buys, is just to learn from them.
I recently,
Whoa! It just
I
went
recently
everywhere.
bought more awesome challenge stuff. I'm taking a big run at moving up the leaderboard.
Oh, look out!
Ooh,
Look out!
coming for you, Drews. Coming for you. There's some pretty serious numbers on there, so we will get into that later on. I see in some videos on YouTube that people using discount coupons in op shops. How do you get these? Any help? It depends where you are. So I know that savers, if you make a donation, obviously you don't want to be donating crap. You want to be donating stuff that they can sell.
Quality stuff.
So if we're buying like a bulk lot of stuff and there's stuff in there that's only worth $5 to $10, but it's good quality and someone can get use out of it, we'll donate it to savers and we get a 20% off discount. So that helps us in our business because we're donating stuff that we don't want and we're getting a discount. I know that Salvos in some places do discount cards. They don't in Adelaide. They do like the points system in Adelaide. I haven't seen any with Vinnie's, but someone may correct me on that. There might be somewhere else that has a Vinnie's one. But you're just going to have to suss it out in your area, unfortunately, because they are all different depending where you are. Obviously, Salvos, a lot of them do $2 Mondays. So the stock that was half price the week before will drop down to $2, which is a good sourcing opportunity. But yeah, it all depends on where you are, unfortunately. So that's pretty hard to give some advice on that one.
Pop in and ask them, I say.
Yeah, definitely. Ask when they're doing specials and stuff. Are you going to buy more stock from G-Star?
We are unable to.
All their stock is gone. So we bought out what was left in Adelaide. Who knows what's going to happen in future? But at the moment, there's no more to buy. Radar. Out of all your previous bulk buys, which one wouldn't you do again?
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, we never really. That was pre-YouTube.
And we still have them, so there.
That's really hard. I think the one that took the most effort has probably been the aquarium stuff. Now, we are willing to profit with that.
I'd still do
I'd still do it again, yeah. It took some local negotiation to get some of the stuff that we didn't want to sell on eBay done. The one that I will never touch again, and we didn't have this on YouTube, when we very first started, we bought 2 pallets of books, just random books. Now, there was lots of money in there because we paid like $36 for 2 pallets of books, but
it was not
the time
fun.
Invested in that stock and the amount of space that they took up was not worth our time.
We had to take responsibility for it and go donate a bunch.
Yeah, we donated probably 6 boxes of books. So I know there is good money in books if you're buying specific ones, but that was just a random allotment of books that we bought at an auction. So that's probably one I wouldn't do. I'm very cautious with buying books. We only buy a lot of textbooks that are current. We don't do a lot of fiction books.
I don't really find many fiction that are complete sets.
Definitely.
Fairy Wren Whispers is here.
Hey, good to see you. Thank you very much. Love the Depop video. Yeah, that was some fun to film. If you guys haven't seen that one,
our friends helped us out and they did an amazing job.
We dropped that Monday, yesterday. So a bit of a weird video time and very different to what we usually film. So we had some fun with that. Jazzy got the pins out. I know that Sam commented on the pins.
I managed to not fall over. I didn't smile because I was concentrating on just walking.
So yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't checked that one, have a look at that one as well.
Gary says guys, no Vinnie's discount.
There we go. Yep, that's what I thought.
Vinnie's.
Hands off the plush. The books. Jazzy's mum was around our house when that happened, and there was a lot of stuff everywhere.
Oh. My cat just fell off the couch. Yeah, look, specific books. I wouldn't buy blind pallets of books anymore. No, thank you.
No, everyone got books for Christmas that year. That's probably something we should have implemented, actually. I tried to buy random things at auction, but I keep
it under $100 or under, so they are little experiments.
I think that's not a bad idea.
You'll learn so much that way. Get into new categories.
I always research as much as I can pre-bidding. so that I don't sort of get myself in that situation where I've got a lot of stuff that I'm not 100% sure on. I want to be sort of 100% sure before I buy it, and then I can kind of learn the items as I go. So I'll sort of do a quick skim through, see if I can find any codes or anything, look them up, do some research, understand the product before I buy. And then once I've got the product, I'll do more research, understand, what it's for, how it's used, and learn a bit more about that. So I'm currently doing that with like the bulk lot that we bought for the car lot. So there was a lot of stuff in there I had no idea about, but I'm learning as we go.
I am also learning slowly as we go. Find some teenagers starting university, ask them what textbooks you should look out for. I'll do you one better. Hop on to Booktopia, search by your area, your university, the current semester.
There you go. That's a bit of hot tip for you. Crazy shoes. That's pretty cool. Kitty is here. Yeah, she just plonked herself down next to me.
Kitty was here 2020.
She's trying to get the heat, but the heat's not on, so she's struggling. 2 live sales. That's awesome. Have we had any sales?
I don't think we have.
Well, maybe one.
Oh, yes, we have. Yay,
nice.
live sales.
Live sales. Let us know in the chat if you've had a live sale. It's always good to hear. Customer service, mistakes and returns. So we touched on that at the start because
I will say one more thing on customer service, and it's specific to eBay because being online is a strange sort of world, and we have these beautiful functions on eBay where we can get mediation, which is fantastic, and I love eBay for it, and we can block buyers. But I would just say that in terms of customer service, it's really rare to be able to do that, and I think that if we rely on that too much, then we kind of lose a bit of our problem-solving skills.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of comments around lately, like if buyers are asking questions about an item, like how long have you had this, or where did you get this item, that some people will just block them straight away because they don't want to have to deal with the situation. They think there might be a negative at the end of it.
Get them off your back.
But we have quite a lot of people that watch our store, obviously, because we put ourselves out there. We sort of share our store. We only have 8 block buyers on our whole store. And we sold we have over 2,000 feedback. So God knows how many items we've actually sold. So we have a lot of buyers. So 9 times out of 10, we're able to sort of solve the issue or get around it. We had a proper scammer this week, and we have not used mediation. One scammer that is trying it on hard with us at the moment. So we might share that story as we go.
What a character!
But they're playing all the stops to try and get a free item. But I'm not having it. I'm playing the long game with them. And if I need to put in the $20 challenge, I will, because I'm not letting them get away with it. They're definitely a seasoned scammer just by the wording and stuff they're using. So that's going to be a fun little fight, I think. But yeah,
I think it's always worth trying to sort something out yourself.
Well, welcome to the crazy world.
Modern Vintage Vogue shopper. Thanks for coming.
Hello. Thank you for being here. I'm new to this. Welcome. Good luck on your reselling journey. Rob's asking what our best bulk buy is, and that would definitely have to be the ink purchase. That was an insane. I think, honestly, that probably started the growth that we've had.
Yeah.
I think without that buy, we still would have scaled, but we wouldn't have scaled so quickly. So
definitely not.
That was a huge win for us. There's been other ones that have been really good. The DVD buy with all the collector stuff, that was pretty awesome. We made a lot of money on that. But yeah, they've all been pretty good. Obviously, some take longer to sell than others. Buying out those 800 pairs of RMs is going to be a long tail thing, but we knew that when we were buying it, and we bought that for a specific reason. So yeah, definitely. Why would you block a potential sale? Yep, I know sometimes they can be annoying. They sure can.
I think that's what I'm trying to say, Cara, is just you're in goods and services, so let's do the service part.
Research, time management. So managing your time is super important. You need to take responsibility for that. So I've talked about that at the start, knowing what time you have to list, knowing what time you have to post, knowing what's going to work for you and your business.
And for me, knowing what I'm going to list the next day, because otherwise I just get paralyzed.
Yeah, having a plan of action, I think, is important. So we've sort of started having those on a weekly basis. We need to get this done this week. We need to clean out the shed this week. We need to clean out the room so that Jazzy's mom can stay with us soon. So definitely it's having a plan and executing on that. My bulk buy is still here. Happy though, one VHS sale paid for the whole lot. There you go.
I love when one item pays for a whole bulk. So good.
Our next 2 more things to get through. Research. So researching items and learning new categories, which we do all the time. Our store is very not niche. It's the opposite of niche. We have everything from aquarium stuff to car parts to video games to bras to DVDs. So we're not afraid to learn new categories and research new categories, because if there's money to be made, that's what we're in the business to do. We're here to make money. We want to replace our incomes and keep building our store. And without learning new categories, we're not going to be able to do that. We can't do that on R.M. Williams alone.
And then I totally cut you off.
Not that.
The other part of research is when you're actually up to listing an item. For example, I was listing car parts today that I knew nothing about, and I have a responsibility to my customer to tell them exactly what part that is and what car it's for and what it's meant to do.
How have you found to increase buyers' feedback that you receive? Reminder cards. We don't do reminder cards. We do like a thank you card.
It doesn't actually ask for feedback on it, but it does say, like, if there's anything we can help you with, please contact us directly.
Yeah, so we would much rather someone come to us and say they have a problem with an item than just leave us negative feedback straight away that we have to try and negotiate with them or, talk to eBay. We'd much rather someone send us a message and say, hey, like, there's a problem with this, like that person did with
my manual's not in here.
We would much rather them come to us directly so we can solve the issue for them, give them good customer service. They might come back, buy something else.
We have a lot of repeat customers.
We don't have to rely on eBay supporting a removal of a negative or anything like that. So that's one thing we do. We try and communicate with our buyers well when we get people texting us. Even the lady that's trying to scam us, I was very polite to her. I knew exactly what she was trying to do, but I've actually preempted what she was trying to do based on the initial conversation. So you can kind of start, once you start selling on eBay for a while, you can kind of almost read people and what they're trying to get out of a situation. So I think that's a good way to put yourself in the buyer's shoes and what would you want your seller to do for you. So for this guy that didn't get a manual, I'm trying to get a manual to him because I know that that's what he wants. He wants the manual to be part of the set. He doesn't want to return it. He just wants the manual so it's complete. Get him the manual, problem solved. He'll leave us positive feedback and we won't have an issue.
Solutions.
Smash the thumb, 63 in the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Megan has listed 10 items while we've been live, so that's amazing. Congratulations,
Wicked use
Megan.
of your time.
Do you want to talk about driving sales? And I'll try to get up the $5 challenge while you're talking.
It's so strange as soon as you can't see yourself.
I know, right?
It's like, oh, everyone's just gone. Our last responsibility is driving sales, which comes back to being on eBay again, because eBay actually gets the traffic for us. We're paying a fee for eBay to bring customers to us, but it's our responsibility to drive the sales by reaching out, sending offers,
promoting
our listings, and then also with the things you were just talking about, bringing people back again.
Yeah, we have 2 or 3 people that come back to our store probably every second month, and we have one buyer in particular that's probably spent $3 or $4 grand with us. Because he knows that he can get the same stock from us on a regular basis. He knows what he's getting from us. He knows what prices we can do on the stock. So he knows where to come. And we've built a bit of a rapport with him. So when he does come back, shoot us a message and say, hey, I want another pair of these jeans, and we'll sort him out on price. So that is the way we like to run our business. So that's taking responsibility. So I'd be interested to see what you guys thinking taking responsibility is, if we've missed anything, missed any key points. But I think the biggest takeaway for myself, and if you guys want to take away anything from today, is changing excuses and turning them into expectations. So try not to make excuses for yourself. Try to set expectations for yourself is probably the one thing that really resonates with me when I think about it. So,
eBay makes it easy sometimes to go like, oh, they've stuffed up all the item specifics. Now I'm not getting any sales. It's their fault. And just to do nothing. But I think taking responsibility doesn't always mean saying it's my fault. It just means, like, how are you going to respond? How are you going to change the situation?
A good example of that is when the item specifics came. I know that Drew's talked about this a few times. His store had a big drop off, and he had to put a lot of work into getting it back up. So he was unlisting everything, putting new items to CC and relisting it. And slowly over time, sales started coming back. So he took action on something. He could have just sat there and been like, well, this is shit. Like, I'm not getting any sales. What do? I'll just go back to my, find a job. But instead of doing that, he put the time in to make sure that he got his store back to where it needed to be. So instead of finding a negative in a situation, you put in the work to get a positive out of it.
Truck on.
My computer's trying to update, so let's not do that.
Please no.
So let's have a quick look at the $5 thrift challenge. I think we'll probably do another live episode of that next week. If anyone
I have no idea where we are on the leaderboard.
Always happy for people to come on. There's some people absolutely smashing it. So let's have a quick look over there.
Sounds like there's some people about to smash it as well.
So we still have Drew absolutely killing it out on front with total of $6,500.
Wow.
That's insane when you think that all started from $5. We have Chris chasing him down on almost 3,900. Gary in third at
Still
almost $3,000. Chris, the UK cover Chris, is almost on $3,000 as well. Toby's up there. Hannah's killing it. Ben C, Donna, Jada, Luke Parker. We slipped to 11, so we're going to have to do something about that. Put some effort in. Grant and Lee just behind us. And Christian, Cara's 15th. Steph 16. Who else we got here? Megan.
Who have we seen in the chat?
Megan 20. Luke Bomb 22. Frank 23. Looks like there's heaps of people getting involved. And I think there's over 70 people that have made an entry. 73 people have made an entry.
Wow.
So congratulations to the top 10. You guys are killing it. About 3 months to go. So plenty of time to get your sales in. And
it's not over yet.
Keep rolling. Let's keep the momentum on that. That's really cool.
We're so fuzzy.
100 sales. Congratulations. Don't worry, Brad is it's in a ledger for the tax man.
Good.
Also had $50 ship sales for the challenge.
Booyah.
That's nice. Let's catch up. What a Megan. I've learned from you guys and top sellers, don't set and forget. Yeah, doesn't really work, unfortunately.
There are some things we've set and forget, but now I wish that we'd just got it moving.
When is Thrifty Pixie doing another video?
Fantastic
Hopefully
question.
very soon, Cara.
No pressure, but
I just want to highlight your comment. I mean, you said it, so I mean, what can you do?
More Pixie.
I forget what items I have in there, but I get some. I got a pair of Dragon Dreams, so we'll put them in.
Oh,
sure, if you have trouble
tracking
tracking your stuff, Frank can organise something out for you. There's a bit of work for him, so please, not everyone jump on that. Please try and track it yourself. But if you are sort of struggling with tracking what you've got, we can organise a little bit of a spreadsheet for you. So happy to get Frank to do that because I have no idea what he's doing. But yeah, thanks to Frank and Cara for helping us out with that again. We'll probably do another live episode next week on that, bit of an update vid. So if anyone would like to come on and have a chat about what's been happening with them, we're more than happy for you to come on. Send us a DM over on Instagram and we'll hook you up. You don't have to have anything special. You can come on even on your phone. Otherwise, you can just have a laptop and that's about it. You're ready to go.
Ready spaghetti.
Happy to have anyone on.
And turn your microphone on. And
then... Hazel here. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
House.
Let's do we've got 2 more things to get through tonight.
I don't know what they are.
Mega Game Hall update.
I didn't update it.
So we've passed the 20K. We're at 21,606. This was as of last night, I think.
Yeah, I didn't do it today.
So we sold a few more things to that. ASP is still sitting really well at 39.93, which is awesome. So we're really starting to make some inroads into that cost.
We're on our way to profit, guys.
The amount of stuff that we still have is insane. So very.
And I was in the shed today, and I got a bit overwhelmed. How is there still that much?
Now I just need to get organized. Frank does more than enough for us all. It can get a bit harder, no, for sure. Cara loved the restoring shoes. how the transition feels, what you're excited about, what you're concerned about. That'd be a good vid. That would be a good vid.
Yeah, my vote's in.
Now,
Nail.
we won this in the raffle. So we actually got this from Sam a couple of days ago, but I haven't opened it yet because I thought I'd do it live.
So this was run over on Hammock Hustler on Instagram. Oh my God, it's just as beautiful as I expected.
So there's our Mambo shirt that we got from Sam, brand new with tags in the raffle. So thank you very much, Sam,
Crazy.
for running that raffle. Pretty lucky to win that one. This is the first proper Mambo Loud I've ever had. So I still haven't found one with crazy stuff like this on it, but now I have one. So I'm probably going to put this up over on Depop. Let's jump on Depop while we're here and have a little bit of a look what's been going on.
This feels so good. A proper loud one. I think the Mambo Louds that we've found have been quite quiet.
Yeah, quiet Mambo Louds.
I was like, this is plaid.
All right, let's share this as well. So we have been putting a bit of work into Depop. We haven't had much traction over there just yet, but we put out that video on Monday, a little bit of a special vid. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. But we started listing a lot of the F1 stuff. So we borrowed some of our friends to model.
They were great models.
A lot of these are actually new with tags, which is insane for older stuff. So that's why the prices are up there. You can just see, I don't know if you can see, but that's still got this sticker on it right there. Nice. Very nice.
So cool. I want it.
So there's some pretty cool patterns out there. If anyone's into the Formula One gear, we have a whole bunch of it that'll be going up soon. So we've got nine shirts up. We've got about another 9 more there, plus about 15 jackets and 15 caps. So we'll be doing a lot on Depop if anyone wants to check that out. Nakia Collective is our Depop name. If there's anything you guys like there, hit me up because I'm happy to do subscriber discounts. So I'm happy to do deals with you guys.
We're taking the strategy of build it and they will come.
Yeah, exactly. My Depop is napping, but I'm spending time on it. Yeah, we haven't sold anything yet, but this is our first sort of real push into it, and we're going to try and keep things flowing on there, getting some nice stock up. Some of that F1 gear is really, really cool.
It's incredible.
So if you guys haven't seen that video, check that out.
Look, Mum,
we've got a How to Depop video coming out tomorrow.
I will watch the heck out of that.
Checking that one out. I think we're doing most of the right things, but I'm sure we're probably not hitting the hashtags properly yet. We're not really hitting the descriptions properly yet. So Depop's a completely different game. So we're learning, and we're going to try and take you guys along that learning experience as well so that you guys can certainly get involved with Depop and hopefully make some sales as well. But if you want to get some info from some people that have been doing it for a little while now and killing it, go check out Mum, I'm Hustling.
Yeah, I'm keen for that vid.
I've only ever found one Mambo Loud flannel shirt, still very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, same. We got the flannel like plaid, but it just wasn't that bright.
So Depop is going to be a little bit of a focus. eBay is always a focus. Like I said, if anyone wants to grab any of that gear, let us know. We're happy to help you out.
Yeah.
Same with our eBay store. If anyone, the links are all in the bio, so you guys can go check it out. Try to be as transparent as we possibly can. So
I'm laughing at
what?
I think they're
someone's having some drinks.
Discussing video ideas, but it's turned into a party. Too funny.
I want to do a drinking session. Oh no.
Oh no, but oh yes.
So I guess that's probably all for taking responsibility for your eBay business. I think it's really important that as eBay resellers, we don't let ourselves off too lightly and we take responsibility for our actions.
Yeah, the buck stops with us.
There's no one looking over your shoulder to make sure you do things. If you are doing it to make money, you need to think of it as a business and less of a hobby. Obviously, we all do eBay to try and create time for ourselves and create an income. But it is important that you put time into it as well. So get working and get focused, because I think that makes all the difference.
Even as a hobbyist, you can still take responsibility and, provide good customer service and etc.
Definitely. And Friday, we have a cool vid coming out. So a lot of people have been asking us about...
I said we had a COVID coming out.
We have a COVID coming out. No, we have a cool vid coming out about Postage. So a lot of people have been asking us about our full Postage setup and how we manage our postage. So we've actually filmed a full vid from start to finish with about 6 items. Half of it, there's rain in the background, so you're going to have
ASMR, you'll love it.
It's not too bad.
We're just yelling over the rain.
But I think it will help a few people out because we've tried a lot of different processes with packaging and posting, and this one has definitely saved us a lot of time. So
it felt a little bit tedious for us filming, packing and posting, but hopefully watch it in double time.
Hopefully it comes out on the other end in a good way. And
hopefully you like get a tip out of it or can share a tip in the comments.
Definitely. Diary Flippers dropped Look Mum on Hustling's channel.
Legend.
So thank you very much.
Man.
Looking forward to Look Mum's video. I crossed this from eBay. Super simple, but probably not the right way. I was doing that. I've changed now because it wasn't working for me.
We'll see if we have more success.
See how we go.
And any success would be more success.
Book Barn, everyone. I'm late. That's all right. We'll check the video later. Thanks
Listing like crazy. That's what we like to hear, though.
Just can't deal with Depop buys anymore. iTwitch. Yeah, fair enough.
I've actually had an iTwitch the last 2 days, but I haven't had any Depop buyers.
Try being.
Oh,
I know, but I want to go out.
Oh dear.
All right, guys, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. 72 people still watching. Thank you for joining us. If you have a topic that you would like us to cover and give you our 2 cents worth, whatever that's worth, it's probably not even worth that. But we will happily talk about it and try and give you our take on it. Let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or leave a comment in the YouTube video. We've got plenty of stuff coming up, though. Super busy, and I hope your guys' week is great with sales, and I hope you guys get a bit of focus out of this and take some responsibility for your eBay business like we are as well. So
hope everyone's staying safe, and if you're in hard lockdown, we're thinking of you, friends.
Yeah, stay safe. Topic 2 cents on 2 cents. I don't think that'd be a very long one. But,
2 minute 2 cents on 2 cents.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time on Toysy Thrifters.
Night, everybody.
Bye for now.